Hey everyone, this is Ms. Moffat from Across the Literverse, and we're going to take a walk through the books I read in June. Summer is officially underway, which means I'm slowly migrating to our backyard and to local parks to enjoy the good weather and to indulge in a great book. And having a spot of iced tea doesn't hurt either. We're also gearing up for the second phase of our convention schedule, which means I'm needing to film ahead a wee bit. As in, I'm filming this around June 17th. As it stands, I read 3 books in June, which totaled 747 pages, and one of those books came from my 2017 TBR list. No need to hold back on your applause, everyone. I also bailed on 2 books this month, if you can believe it. I know, I might need my booktuber card revoked on that one. In the meantime, let's talk shop, shall we? The first book I read was The Day the World Came to Town by Jim DeFede. I don't often read nonfiction, but I have been known to make exceptions, especially where there are exceptional people involved. When the airspace over North America was closed following the September 11th terrorist attacks in 2001, the residents of Gander, Newfoundland took in nearly 7,000 airline passengers across 38 flights. What followed was a real-world lesson in kindness and compassion, and probably a lot of down east kitchen parties to celebrate all the newfound friendships. As a Canadian, I knew how folks stepped up to help thousands of stranded travelers in the days after September 11th, but I was floored to learn more about the efforts in Gander. Gander's population sits at about 9,000 people, which means their city almost doubled in size in just a few hours. Residents donated food, blankets, mattresses, cots, sleeping bags, and towels to build makeshift shelters. Stores donated toys to children and toiletries to everyone to make travelers comfortable. Folks offered to drive travelers around town and offered their showers and their phones to people in need. Pharmacists filled prescriptions for free, and the list goes on and on. This book offers small portraits of an amazing group of people who didn't hesitate to lend a hand during another person's darkest hour. I definitely shed a few proud Canadian tears for this one, and I gave the book 4 out of 5 stars. Next, I read Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Elir Sáenz. I found this book via BookTube a few years ago and has been languishing in my TBR pile ever since. My sincerest apologies to you, Mr. Sáenz. Aristotle holds a great deal of anger in him, and he often feels unmoored and out of place in the world. Dante is a clever gent with a good family, and yet he doesn't feel settled within himself. The 2 boys meet at a swimming pool over the summer, and as these 2 loners spend time together, they discover a special friendship between them that will change their lives forever. Alright, BookTube, you win. This was a gem. I'll admit, I found Ari's pervasive sadness and general irritation familiar, especially when I think back to being a teenager. I've also never read a coming-out narrative like this one before. Ari feels alienated from the world, largely due to the silences that exist within his own family. His father can't talk about his experiences from the Vietnam War, and his parents refuse to talk about his older brother, Bernardo, who's in prison. As a result, when Ari meets Dante, Ari can't even recognize his feelings for Dante. Ari's never been able to bridge the gap between himself and the rest of the world, and it's even affecting the ways in which he recognizes love. It's not a question about him being gay or not, it's a question about whether he can accept love and express it. It's just a wonderful read, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. For manga, I read Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun Volume 7. I love this series and I want it to never end. In this volume, Nozaki tries to understand new cell phone technology. The Gensan Wakamatsu's basketball team are trying to set him up with Seo in a bid to get Seo to stop terrorizing their basketball practices. And Kashima doesn't know what to do when she finds out Hori-senpai is a legs man. Is Volume 8 out yet? And yes, I bailed on 2 books this month for very different reasons. I'm gonna film a separate book chat video to talk about those 2 books, but I'm very torn right now. One of those books came from my 2017 TBR reading goals list, and if I bail on it, does that mean it doesn't count towards my reading goal? Actually, I need you to share your thoughts on this one below, because I'm really curious to know what other people think. So that's me for June. If you'd like to check out my previous monthly wrap-ups, you can find the link to that playlist in the description below. If you like this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button to support this channel. And as always, thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe for more videos from Across the Literverse. On that note, signing off.